So in this video, we're going to deploy or install the MySQL on Docker. So that is the MySQL image on the Docker container. So in this, first you can search, download this Docker image. So first thing is that you can search like MySQL Docker image. It will come with this first link. Click on that one and it will end it with this page, and you can see all of information about the MySQL Docker image. So that we are going to pull this image to our Linux machine. So here you can see a lot of images tag are there, like the latest one is the 9.4.0, and from the tag summary itself you can check all the details, like if you select the default one, that is the latest one, it will show you how to pull this image. Docker pull simple MySQL, it will tag, it will take the default tag, that is the latest one. Okay, if you click on the any of this link, like suppose I click the 9.4.0, it will show you the Docker file, how they build this Docker image. Okay, so the base image like Oracle Linux slim image, very size is very small. Then after that they run some commands. Okay, so after that they build these images. Okay, you can see a lot of things they written there, and after that they expose the port like 3306, and the entry point they made like MySQL command. Okay, so this is the thing, and we are going to deploy this using the Docker container. The first thing is that the Docker should be installed. So I have one Linux machine, and in this machine the IP is like 56.47, and the Docker is already installed, docker-v. You can check previous video, you can see the Docker latest version, that is 28 is installed. So let me pull that image so you can follow this document also. So here they mentioned like Docker pull, you can copy this one, and after that you can paste this command, docker pull something, docker pull MySQL. So before that you can search all information, like docker search from the command line, docker search MySQL. It will show you what are the different tag of that image is available. Docker search MySQL, you can see there is a lot of images are available, different kind of images are also there, like MySQL operator for Kubernetes, simple MySQL server. Okay, so I think this is the latest one, this one. Okay, we are going to pull that image. So to pull that image, simple MySQL docker pull, then your image name, whatever image you want to pull, you can put that in the last. Okay, so I think since I already pulled that image, it will showing like let's see what is showing. Yeah, so I already pulled the image to reduce this time, so that now you can see the image is already up to date with MySQL latest one. Okay, even though I excluded the latest one, simply it is showing pick the latest one. Okay, so I can check the image, Docker images. It will show you one image already pulled to my local, and the size is around, once it uncompressed, the size is around 900 MB something. Okay, but during pull you can see the size is like 260 MB. Okay, but once you pull that image, then it will unzip that file, so that the size is around 900 MB something. Okay, so first then we are going to deploy this MySQL in a container. So as you know, like all these container, when you deploy this container and this data is not persistent. Okay, means one, if you reboot your container or reboot your machine, then whatever data you created, like table, whatever the database or the the records you created in the database level, those are going to be lost. Okay, so to prevent that one, we need to provision one persistent volume. Persistent volume means one, you can map one one directory to the volume, so that it will store all the data to that directory. Okay, so before that we can create one directory. So you can create like this mkdir, any directory is fine. So suppose I am going to create one directory like mkdir -p. P means it will create child label directory also in single command. Okay, opt simply you can create like opt mysql, it's also fine. Opt mysql, it's also fine. Otherwise you can create some like data one something. Okay, so if you hit enter, then it will create it, and ls-l opt mysql data one. So it should be created. Then after that you can give permission, because MySQL this process, when it create the Docker process, so that time this process MySQL process will write to this file. Okay, so that's why we need to create, give the permission to that directory, otherwise might be it failed or something. Okay, so we can give some of the minimal permission like 755 something. Okay, and it is recommended to use the, instead of using the root user, you can use the MySQL user for safety purpose. But since it is lab environment, so I can go with this root user. Okay, I already log into the root user. So once you give the permission like chmod -r, okay, to this data one, now again you can check ls-ld. Yeah, so now you can see the root is the owner of that directory. Okay, it's fine, no issue. Now we can go with this installation like docker. We can create one process for this docker. The image you can see here. Let me clear the screen. Before that, I can check like docker process, is there any process is running. You can see there is no process is running. So let me create one process using the docker command. Docker run, whatever name you can assign. The default port is, that is the 3306. This is the your container port, and this is your host port. Okay, we can access using the left hand side this port. Okay, whatever port you can mention like 33067, whatever port is there, but this one is the fixed one, right one, the right side, because this is used by the MySQL container. Okay, process. Okay, then you can pass some of the environment variable like MySQL root password equal to whatever password you can give, then the same password you can use during the login. Okay, then -v represent your volume, whatever volume you are going to map. So in this case, since we created opt mysql data one or something, you can pass the same. Okay, the left hand side you can pass like opt mysql data one. So I am going to use the data only, not the data one. I created the data one for the demo purpose only, so I am going to create using this one. Okay, so another is var live MySQL, that is the fixed one. Right hand side, this is the container path, you cannot change this one. And -d, this MySQL latest. Okay, you can skip this MySQL latest also. By default it will take the tag of the latest. Okay, d means it will run inside, it is a daemon mode, like in background it should run. If you, it will show you, once you entered, it will show you the SI value. Then you can check the process is running or not. ps- docker ps. Now you can see one process is running, and all your files should be written to this host directory, that is opt mysql data, which is mapped to this varlib MySQL. So once you created this process, then we can log into that, enter to that process using docker, exec something. Okay, so first that we can check the log. If we can check the, the logs, what is the version of this MySQL. This is the your process name. Okay, now you can see the entry point is started like MySQL Server 9.4.0 started, Enterprise Linux EL9, and MySQL Server started. You can see here. Okay, yeah. So the connection version is like that. It is opened the 3306 port. You can see here. So now we can log into this MySQL process using this command MySQL exec. Yes, so MySQL exec, then your process name, that is the Docker process name, that is MySQL, and you can put like the bash command. I am going to switch to bash. So now you enter to the container. Now we can check all the process information also. ELF. I think the ps command is not available inside this container because it is using different flavor of Linux. So we can go ahead for the MySQL login. So one MySQL command is available inside the container. The command is like MySQL -u username, and the default, this is the default username, and you can put the password -p. It will ask for the password, whatever password we given, the same password we can given here. Password 123. So now you can see this this work. No. Okay, so you can see the MySQL prompt is coming, and let me clear the screen. Yeah, so password 123, because the lower part is not visible in the video, so that's why I cleared the screen. Yeah, so once this one is created, then you can go ahead to create any database or something. Okay, so if you want to create some database, you can create using this command. Okay, so I am going to create one database, that is the orgdb2. Okay, the query is showing okay, then you can use that database orgdb2. Then we can create one table. We have some sample tables are there. Create table name, this some of the fields and data type is there. If you hit enter, it will create this table inside this database orgdb2. And for the root access, for the remote access, for the root user, you can create, I mean, you should grant this privilege so that we can access the root account outside of your I mean the environment, like Linux machine. Okay, from the host machine like Windows host, you can access this one. You can grant all privilege on star.star, that is all tables, whatever things are there inside the MySQL, to root at the rate your host name, that is which host going to access this one. I put the this symbol, percentage symbol, so that it will be accessed by all machines. Okay, yeah, so once you grant this permission using this option, okay, so that we can access this root account outside of your Linux machine. Okay, so now it's granted, we need to flush those changes, flush privilege. Okay, flush privilege, everything is done, so we can try to access this outside of your that is your guest machine. So for that, let me access using, I installed one of the client in my host machine, that is MySQL, what is that, workbench. So let me access to this machine, click on the plus button, then you can put like Linux 25 dev, and here you can put like whatever your IP, 160.56.47, and you can put pass the root password, and try the test connection. It is showing like successfully, I think, connected. Continue, because it's showing we are using some of the lower version of this MySQL UI, so that's why it's showing like some of the alerts. Okay, continue anyway. It is successfully connected to your this machine, and okay, click OK. One icon should be created. If you double click that one, continue anyway. Now it is showing like whatever the things is created. So just now we have created this db2, I mean org db2. Okay, so you can see the table section. One employee test is there. Okay, you can describe that one like you can describe like org db2 dot employee test. All the column information is showing. Yeah, all the information is showing, means we are successfully connected to this Docker instance. Now we can go ahead with all your work for this, how to configure all these things with your application or the any application server like JBoss or something. You can go ahead to test this one. Okay, so you can come out from here and again exit, and you can check the docker ps command, and once you done everything you can stop this process. Docker stop MySQL. Okay, now if you check the docker ps, it should not be showing here as a process. uh, Again, if you want to start, okay, so you can start using MySQL start, I mean docker start MySQL. So again you can check docker ps. Now it's showing the process information, I mean the docker container information is showing. Okay, so I think that's it.